Alrighty, hello people, yes, haha, booda-ba-ba-ba-da-boopa. Um, First thing let's look at is France defensively, because they got fucked that one war, remember? Here, there's a big open gap. They're going to be taking Alsace-Lorraine, actually, well not Alsace, we'll see about that, but we've got the Whatsy provinces. Why is that not doing the thing anymore? There we go. We've got this province which will protect all here, which will make this not open, but it will still be open in the future. Woods, you'd probably chuck it onto the hills instead, and nah, fuck it, just keep it on the woods. Grasslands, actually, yeah, chuck that onto hills here. Dun dun dun. It'll still block this, but it'll be open in general. Chuck from this farmlands onto this mountain tile. Especially, yeah, if you're putting a fort here or here. Yeah, you could put one fort here, and then a fort on Metz. Would be alright in my opinion. Especially since Lorraine isn't a fort, so yeah, put a fort on Franche Comete, whatever, on Metz, and move the one from Bresse to Savoy. And that should be an alright defensive line. Then you can start putting lines up behind it as well, because Europe has you kind of fucking beat on quality, if I'm not mistaken, right? 115%, 6 morale. Never mind. You catch them back up. When you finish offensive, that'll be decent as well. You're going trade instead of something else, which is fine. Especially since you are doing a deal where like all of the fucking powers go into the British Channel, where he is paying an exorbitant amount compared to the amount that you fucking sent to him. You collect 30 here, then with that extra 20%, where is it? 10%, then 25, so 35%, 45% trade efficiency. Your income will be shooting, yes? Especially if you then start getting merchants into, like, your extra merchants into places that pump into the Genoese trade node instead. That'll increase your trade power exponentially. See how he's getting 10%, 10%, 10% from all the places that he's pushing from. You are getting, what, just 110%? You're getting no 10%, what the fuck? What? Something's wrong there. I don't know what's wrong, but something is wrong. Yeah, I'd start chucking merchants all around, pushing into Genoa, just because it will give you more trade power. Do not be mistaken there. Oh, he's collecting in Bordeaux. That's why. I see. That's why yeah, I should. Oh yeah, so I should change my trade deal around there, lower the fucking money I'm giving him, because he's only giving 20 up there instead of what I thought would have been more. We got 16 here out of what would be. The hell? 33% trade power. Yeah, right. That's why he's not getting the bonuses over here, because he is collecting a node outside of his own, right? Right, Spain? Right, Spain? You're not collecting anywhere. Yeah, okay, that's it. Because he's collecting in this node here, he's not going to be getting any of the 10% bonuses from pushing from anywhere else. So, yeah. He's coring this shit over here. What is this? It's not the Age of Reformation anymore. Why is this still here? Get out. Get off of his bar. It's confusing me. Absolutism of at least 50. Your best bet, I would say, would probably to be never mind, you've got this. I forget how the new revolutionary shit works, but you're probably gonna go revolutionary anyway, so the kind of country bonuses are meh. Your eco will start pumping up when you finish trade ideas in general. Got a bunch of these, I don't even want to look at them. So let's instead just look at soldier households. Build these all over Africa. Fuck France, you don't need to build them here. I mean, you can. Let's give you cash real quick, right? Huh, so a lot of the big ones are in France. Never mind, you can build them here. But there's no need to delete manufactories here and then, like, build soldier households up there, because you're still getting a bonus from that manufactory while it's there, and you can build down here. Sure, it's not going to be maybe like 3Ks, but it's going to be still decent amounts of manpower. Also, this is one thing I want to talk about. Why the fuck is every single province on local dev cost? That's 2.2 ducat. Chuck that down. 0.7. That's a whole ducat and a bit you're saving. There's like a few provinces in here that are nearly 20, so you could probably leave it on for Brittany. Okay, mate. What I would say is focus on a state instead of just every state having it. Because if what you're doing is you're going to dev, you go into sorting by total, and you're like, aha, okay, now I do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this, bang, 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 bang. Instead, do it by state. What I've been doing, right, when I click on it, is I go to my country, I look for things that aren't the slight green tinge, which would mean 20, and go, okay, it says 18, 17, 18 there. Alright, let's focus on this one, let's get them all to 20. Done? Alright, let's remove the dev cost policy, let's go into this one, where there's 16, 17, 19, 16. Let's finish this, get them all to 20. Done? Alright, let's go to this one, 15, 15. Let's do the dev policy here. Done. Alright, next one. Alright, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Done. Next one. This one here. Alright, done. But next one. Next one, next one, next one. If we removed every single dev cost policy, is that everything going? Yeah, it's everything. You haven't stated a bunch of that stuff yet. If we removed literally every single one, this music is definitely not suiting to the fucking action that I'm performing at this moment in time. I missed one? Corsica, fuck you, Corsica. I'm leaving these on because you will be pumping Diplo into these gold mines. Diplo into these gold mines, you should really focus these. Where is it? That one up there? Focus those over these up here, get them to 10, and then just turn on Brittany. Turn on the dev cost. 2 ducats. Bang. Plus 83 eco. So that's what, plus 15 ducats that I think you got from just turning off all those policies? Which, because you do have so many buildings left to build, you could probably build trade power ones over the Genoese node down here. Not sure if it's too worth it, but yeah, I take it back on that. Don't do that. You've still got manpower buildings to build all over this, especially when you get to 20. You've got force limit buildings to build all over. You got universities to build all over. Like, I'd say your next investment would be 5 universities universities onto your below 20s, etc, etc. Because you got 206 force limit. Let's say if you build the extra, what, like 30 fucking conscription barracks, whatever they're called. What are they called again? Regimental camps, whatever. Conscription centers, there we go. You could probably get your force limit to about 350, 400, I would add a guesstimate. Then you build soldier households and manpower buildings as well. Instead of and just start replacing manufactories with soldier households and just build manpower buildings instead of, I assume you have churches on every fucking province. Remove the churches, build the manpower buildings instead, because holy shit, just sure, it gives you 57, but wouldn't you prefer the ability to not be stomped by like Spain, Prussia, or Ottomans, or whoever's gonna fight you? Like, manpower and force limit I value much higher than tax income, especially with your production and trade that are just about to go through the roof with trade ideas. Do your get rid of these fucking churches everywhere. There's only churches in these two buildings. Viewer. Tag Swiss. Let's look at the Swiss. We'll go to Dutch, Prussia, Sweden next. Then I'll do these together. Okay, so the Swiss, they can embrace this institution. Thought they'd already done it. Literally, I think they're one of the few nations on the entire planet. Commonwealth doesn't count as a nation that haven't embraced it. Yeah. Looking at it. Oh, and Alaska. Rip Alaska. Yeah, Commonwealth doesn't count as a nation though. They can just wait that out, I guess. I'd prefer to keep it. I'd prefer to do it now, honestly. Because what do you have left to build? Is it 20s all over? No, all the Austrian land you have to dev up. All that land you have to dev up. It's nearly a 10. You've got no manpower, but that's fine because you're doing like a merc army thing, right? I would be drilling with these, even though like, oh, but that mean... Okay, I'd be drilling with this one, because like, even though it's goddamn, you will be losing fucking thing as you do it, you can then tick, like, when you get 5% professionalism, you just tick that and go over your manpower cap before wars. You just build up professionalism, then drain it all into manpower thingos, and then recruit mercenaries. Because you need the manpower to do this. After 2 fights, this cunt's already fucking drained. Universities, you're going to start building them. I'd focus in Austria over Switzerland, because you need a dev this land, you don't need a dev Switzerland. Well, I think there's a few provinces around here that you need a dev. Regimental camps, nowhere really left to build them. Manpower buildings, everywhere. Fucking everywhere. Yeah, you don't need this because you are going the whatsy thingo. But yeah, I'd build training fields, conscription centers, regimental camps, and how much are ecos from trade? 13. Let's look at the trade map mode for you. Where are you pushing? So you're feeding the Prussians. I see. You're collecting in Vienna. Yeah, so instead of feeding yourself, you're feeding the Prussians. I see. Don't want to get stomped by them, most likely. I would preferably just push into here. Wait, where's your fucking node? Is this your node over here? Rhineland. Jesus. You could make so much more money if you made Austria your home node and collected here. Push money into here, push money into here. Is he subsidizing you? Subsidies? 8 ducats from Prussia. Fuck no, dude. You are making way more than 8 ducats here. You're transferring 16 to him. Like, bruh. If you made this your home node, like, let's make it one of these back here. Make that your trade city. you'd collect instead. Let's see, what's 50% of... Alright, so right now, let's see, that'd be another 10% onto that, let's say 64, so 302, so what is this? Does this change at all? It doesn't change. 47%, let's say it's 50% when you start collecting here, so 50% of outgoing. Where is all the outgoing from? It's from you, right? That's 20, 27. Okay, there. You can't control the Italians, they're about to be dead though, so it'll stop pumping this way. The Dutch will always be pumping, so this trade power will then be influenced into one of these two. So let's say the Prussians pulling out 17% of a total incoming local, so 32, 20% of 32 is 0.2 times 32, 6.4 ducats, so these guys will be dragging out 6.4 ducats, these guys will be dragging about 9 ducats, so that'd be fucking what, 6.4 plus 8, 15 ducats they're pulling out instead of the 32, so if you then, yeah, you transfer 15, so let's say that's 15 ducats there that you're holding, right? That's already more than you've got here, and you've got your merchants now instead pushing from here into here. That's another 10% trade power. You got your merchant pushing from here into here. That's another 10% trade power of your to this, which means your income will go even more. This come down here instead because you are transferring. It's another 2 ducats here. That'd be another whatever ducats, another 3 something ducats. He's actually already pulling from there. Yeah. So I think the best economic idea for you is to make your trade center here and start pulling money into here instead of pushing up for way less value than you're actually getting. Now, before you say you don't need eco, your entire army is based on eco. Your army isn't based on manpower, it's based on money. If you can keep putting out money, you can keep putting out an army. If you can't keep putting out money, you can't keep putting out an army. You've also still got a bunch of buildings left to build, you've still got a bunch of universities left to build. Money is still very much a thing that you have to worry about. It's not something that you can just throw to the side. Not that you are throwing it to the side, I'm just saying, like, you can do more. Are you in the Empire anymore? I don't believe you are in the Empire, right? Vote for Great Britain, baby. Yeah. Okay. Tag Ned. Wait, why is Italy voting me? Okay, so first things first, let's look at this real quick. A bunch of his land isn't stated because he did the culture flip, which means if we were to just give him a bunch of admin points right now and state all, he's not that high above again. The manpower, pretty sure the manpower goes up, yeah, because the local autonomy gets reduced from 90%. Yeah, this cunt is a lot stronger than it like should be because all this 90% fucking autonomy everywhere. But it'll take a while for that to go back down. So this is about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 provinces that are just like that can become so much better. His eco will go up a fair bit. His trade power in the Rhineland will go up a fair bit. His force limit will go up a fair bit. Everything will go up a fair bit. He can probably build a few things in the English trade node because he is contesting for that. What's over here? What's built in these provinces? 1 dev off 30. I'd focus on getting your nation to 20s all round because there's a few provinces up and around that aren't yet at 20. The rest of your nation looks like it is at 20. Yep. Few here that aren't. Few here that aren't. So yeah, that'll be your only concern deving really. Wow. Russia still has so much AE with people. Fucking Christ. Yeah, okay. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What? Oh, truce timers. Okay. Okay, so assert your sovereignty. That's 100 free mill power. Do that. Bada bing, bada boom. Challenge the Spanish power. What do you need for this? Have at least 33% Spain's naval strength. Yeah, your navy is shite, isn't it? It is shite, but you can start building that up. Plenty of you can actually start building heavies and shit. Would not do this right now. Would not do that right now. Light combat ship efficiency. Yeah, chuck that on. Get that free to Mercant. Crown owned by that. It's another free 200 there. Have at least base tax. It's 20% national tax. Claim on London. This means you're going to be fighting me anyway, so you'll leave that up to you. In the interest of Holland, trade income at least 50% of your total income. What does this require? All provinces in the London area. Ah, so you need to, you know, kill me. I see. Nobility, loyalty, 100 power. You get so much free fucking points. Merchant stadtholders. So what's this? Nobility. Yep, that should be easy to do. And that's another 300 there. 20 absolutism should not be too hard. Corruption at least 1. Yeah, that's another free 20 absolutism. My god, this mission tree. Unite the lowlands. Can't do that without fighting the British. Can't do that without fighting the French and British. Then you can do that one. And you can do that one. It's not that important. In Lubeck, Netherlands has 32% trade power. That's Explorer. And you start need a... Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so the trade... That shit isn't gonna happen. Alright. Rip that part of the mission tree. You still get free mill points and dip points from the rest of it, which I'd be focusing on. So let's look at this. You need 5% there. Honestly. 10. Seeing as you are going to be a land power, or at least you need to become one, especially when you finish quantity, then you go quality, and then you go into religious or maritime, which will put you into a naval perspective, but then again leaves you a little bit more open on land-wise. So religious and then into offensive would be my pick. Yeah. I'd say you could probably just do, for the meantime, you could probably just do support of this and get all the loyalties up, because you can leave that on for a while. You can then get rid of this one, because you'll be, like, it's currently 43%. What the fuck? Have you just been revoking all of them? In my opinion, you shouldn't be reducing the policies until you have like So let's say your max is 44 right now, like 45, right? You have 44 absolutism, then you reduce this one, get the next 10, so that way your max is 55, and then you start doing it. Otherwise, you're just reducing your benefits for something that you won't get until much later, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. But with this mission, right, that gives you just immediately, basically, plus 20 absolutism, you would most likely just need to do like a diet or something. 1633 it goes down by 0.17 a month, so that's 9th, that's 8 months, so 0.17 times 8 is 1.3%. Then you can do a diet and get that over 50, easy as. You don't need to do anything to change that, but I doubt. Oh yeah, once you do that, then you can revoke land from them and then sell. You just need to kill the fucking unsiege this province. So next up, what I'm going to be saying is, well, you want absolutism? There's one way to get it. Look at that, 19 absolutism. This went up, right? It was like 16 or 17 before, right? Now there's just going to be a few rebels around, but I mean, who gives a shit? Oh, they're at 100%. Yeah, you can kill them. Dutch peasants, they'll be angry a little bit, but that's fine. You can just... bang, 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 bang. Lovely. Done. But yeah, your eco should pump up a bit after those like tick a month and restate. So yeah, everything should be good there. You focus on building heavies and trade ships to continue contesting the Baltic and English Channel. Lubeck and English Channel with your trade ships. You won't really be able to contest over here, and even if you do, you'd probably be better off honestly letting Britain bring it here, because either way he's going to bring it here. You can still chuck merchants down here to bring it to the English Channel. That'll increase your trade power in here by 10% with the collecting from home node, as long as you aren't collecting anywhere else. Well, you aren't collecting anywhere at all, so yeah. Yeah, okay. Tag Prussia. This is 27 minutes. Okay, I'll just do Sweden, Commonwealth, and Russia, and Ottomans. No, I'll do these three together, then 1, 2, 3, and then I'll see how the time goes. So, Prussia. Let's look at the army comp real quick. 209.62. You can chuck another 30 in there. I'd chuck another 20 infantry, another 10 arty. Well, what's the 32? I'd chuck another 20 arty and 10 infantry into this army, into this force limit. Then you can have 2 full fighting stacks going around. It won't have massive reserves regarding infantry, but it'll have some reserves, especially if you can fight like a 2-front war, say Russia-Sweden, right? If Sweden declares and the Russia comes in on you in Commonwealth, whatever, you can fight the Swedish here and fight the Russians over here. There isn't that much of a thing, especially if you set up in Schleswig. Then you can just have free reinforcement area back here to just pump in. And then you just basically hold here while you focus on the Russian front. The Swedish have a decent amount of men as well, so even if you start seeing them come down here, they will still have men here, so you shouldn't lack in the reserves there. Slacken the reserves, whatever. Slacken the front line here to deal with that, because they will have, I assume, the majority of their army waiting for that kind of thing to happen. I should probably turn this song down because it always gets me copyrighted. Can't hear it too bad. You've got manufactories that you can build, but at this point I don't think you should build those. I think you should build more manpower buildings. Bang, 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 like that. And then more general manpower buildings as well. What's over here? Churches. Get rid of your churches, replace them with manpower buildings. Replace that cathedral. Replace that church. One thousand, 2,000, 1,000. Over here, what's in here? Yeah, it's just not 20 yet. That one is 20. Place of a manpower building. That one is replace it with manpower building. Building there, building there. That one there. Replace it with manpower building. Honestly, just replace all your fucking churches and shit with manpower buildings when you have the money. You can build a few here. There's one here that you can't build in. Why is that? Because, right, 20. Forgot. Get rid of this. Manpower building. Especially in a province that already has 2,500 manpower. Over here. You've already got one. Where was it? There was another one that I saw. There. It's 12. Get rid of the church. Manpower building. Your eco goes down like ever so slightly with it, but who the fuck cares? Just kill people with your armies and take their eco. Like, you can easily get up to about 900k. I'd say 700k just by building manpower building, like just by replacing all your churches that in provinces where you haven't got manpower buildings with manpower buildings, and then building soldier households, replacing like a few buildings over here with fucking soldier households. What's here? Soldier household. What's here? Don't really. Yeah, actually, that's wine. Replace this production efficiency with, you guessed it, manpower building, but in this case, soldier household, because it's more effective on wine provinces as well. Replace this manufactory with manpower building. Like, there is just so much stuff all around over here as well. Manpower building. You've got a church in here. Get rid of that. Manpower building. In this case, I would do the soldier household instead of the training fields. Then you dev this up with mill points. Yeah. Basically, you just need to start doing that, and you can easily just become the powerhouse of Europe. Even though Spain has 1 million manpower, 1.2 million manpower, you do have the quality to, like, give them a run for that manpower. You have the force limit to give them a run for that manpower. You can just become Omega. Those 3 ships, though, I don't know. I'm pretty scared of that. Fuck Earth. Yeah. Alright. That's my main advice for you, Mr. Prussia. Delete your churches, replace them with manpower. Because, Mother of God, you need that manpower. Pretty sure Sweden has more manpower than you. Yeah. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Oop, I just hit recording again.